born in California, Missouri, and raised at XX Speedway. So at a young age, I got introduced to the racetrack and familiar with the cars. And so it wasn't until I was actually 16 I got the opportunity to drive. And I worked for the War Series, which is a non-wing group, and the director was Andy Cordy, and he actually had a race car. And I worked for him for 2 years. It wasn't until 16 till he put me in. That year kind of settled. We actually ran 6th in points with the War Series. And then me and Andy discussed what we're going to do the next year because I graduated in May. We're sitting there in the shop. It's 10:30 at night, and I have school the next day, and he's like, "Clyde, I want to run with the World of Outlaws." I'm like, "I do too." So we did it. And everybody thought we were crazy, and my lack of experience and the lack of our budget. We struggled bad, and mentally you got worn down. It's hot. Our AC blew in our truck, and we were just stressing out, budget issues. You know, people think, "Oh my gosh, you're on the World of Outlaw tour and you're living your dream," but let me tell you, some nights you don't even sleep. You want to scream in your pillow. Pulled down the backup car because there was only 23 cars there, and Andy was going to drive to make some money. And he went out for the B main, and he spun out and got hit on the side and ended up breaking his leg. So we looked at each other in the hospital. We're like, "What are we going to do?" He's like, "I'm so sorry, you know, I'm not mad I broke my leg, I'm mad that I did this to you." And you know, I'm like, you know, we ain't going home. We weren't meant to go home. We were meant to be out here and race. So we did, and it was hard. I mean, he was on his crutches, he was in pain, he was on pain meds, and I was having to, you know, get the stagger right and gear right for the race, and it was a mess. But we did it, and it was honestly badass doing it with me and him, 1.5 men, literally. I feel like it's going to take laps and it's going to take years, and I'm willing to accept that. I'm willing to put the work into it. I want to learn so much as I can, and that's my dream, you know, to be a Jason Johnson, to be a Joey Saldana, to be a Donnie Schatz and Shane Stewart. Goals in this season is to make 20 more A-mains than I did last year. We're a lot better off than we were last year, but the money side is very tough, and that's what keeps most teams from being out on the road. Anything you put your mind to, you can accomplish it, whether you have pennies or not. You can take $20,000 and stretch it, though it just takes a lot of will. You gotta really want it in this sport. You just gotta look at it like Bobby Allen's way. You know, you may not have the nicest stuff or the best trailer, the best toter, the best motors, or whatever, but you gotta make the most out of it, you know. And you're out here on the Outlaws, you know, what more could you want? Think to yourself like, damn, I'm driving a sprint car right now, and you know, it's literally the best life ever.